on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
You look at this Eagle defense.
This unit currently 7th in the NFL, Charles, in stopping the run.
I always think back to what my defensive coordinator in college used to tell me. Playing against the run is 11 individual battles, man on man. And are you going to win that battle? You're going to whip the guy across from you and get to the ball carrier, wrap him up, and put him on the ground. Because the one thing he absolutely detested was yards after contact. Tackle him, put him down on the spot.
And Jackson going to have the first down as he will get to the ground to avoid the contact.
12 yards the pickup there. Good for a Raven first.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
Jackson on the give to Dobbins. That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Right back to Dobbins on first. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
From the 44-yard line, here's a 2nd and 7.
And now Jackson will look to throw it.
He'll swing this out to Dobbins.
And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 18. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
That turns into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right. And after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. That one into the hands of Flowers.
Just a gain of a couple there, and it'll be second down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Throw caught by Flowers.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there. Now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it right to the goal line and not cash in. They've got something dialed up here that puts it in the end zone.
They'll get this to Flowers, left side.
And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
That's big Jordan Davis powering in to drop it.
He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
3rd and goal, Jackson.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. Tucker's kick is good, and the Ravens strike first at 3-zip.
And all in all, a pretty decent opening drive, Charles. Pretty balanced. They had the passing game going and the rushing attack, too.
I would think they have to be happy with that start because you get your ground game going, which means your offensive line and your runners are pretty happy, and then you get your aerial attack going as well, so your quarterback and receivers have smiles on their faces. Now both up to speed, awaiting their next possessions for this game. They can't wait to get started again.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at their 25-yard line.
Field King! Field King! Alpha!
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
Well, this defense for the Ravens, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Now Hurts going to shift him around a bit.
On 2nd and very short, Hurts. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed.
The Eagles had 0-1 in the year following the loss in the opener. And listen, they knew last week they were in for a tough fight on the road. But now here's the home opener and a chance to get things right.
And I like the way that you presented that because the bottom line is they didn't come out of that loss discouraged. They just came home and said, hey, if we do what we're supposed to do, protect our home turf, we'll be just fine.
And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Here's a 2nd and 5. Now they'll audible to something else.
Tiger Hornet. Kyle Love Yeti.
Hurts sets up to throw it. A short throw pulled in by Kincaid.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Miami. Kyle Love Yeti. 73. No.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
You look at this Baltimore defense.
It's quite a unit. Number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
Normally you want teams to gel late in the season, but this unit, they've been terrific right from the word go. Came in as the number 1 rated unit against the pass in the NFL after just 1 week.
They go play action with Hurts.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A gain there of 21 yards. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
This offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here.
They'll run on first down. Stanton, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage.
Getting in there for the tackle, Marcus Williams. Here's 2nd and 10.
Hey, 73, 73. Call up Yanni. Call up Yanni. Yanni, Yanni. No, no.
Here's Hurts to throw.
He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Hey, easy, 63, 63, bang. Hey, Silver. No, no.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
Call up Yanni. Call up Yanni. Call up Yanni. No, no.
2nd down. Here's Hurts.
Buying time to his left. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
From the 3 now, here they come on 3rd and goal.
Call up Yanni. 63, 63, 63. No.
Hurts.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
And the Ravens are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. And the defense, Charles, they bent a little bit, but they did not break. And then on 3rd and goal there, the huge interception.
Think of the momentum they're carrying with them right now, Brandon, because in their mind, whether they want to admit it or not, they were conceding 3 points. Their goal was to keep them at the end zone, not give up a touchdown. Instead, they give up nothing. What a big-time play and a big-time stop by them.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Here's 2nd and 7.
Throwing is Jackson. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. It'll go as a loss of 3 on the sack, and it brings up 3rd down.
So his first sack of the game is CD, not his first of the season. He has shown an ability to get after the quarterback here early in his rookie year.
Yeah, and that just goes along with everything else we already knew about him. We knew his ability to tackle and to make plays behind the line of scrimmage. But any kind of pass rush you get almost seems...
He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
But he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line.
And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And, Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable...
Open man, he's got him. That's Smith for the Philadelphia touchdown. Devontae Smith,
his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. the touchdown. Here's Elliott on to kick it away.
I got you, boy.
No run back here for Jones. A touchback.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Flush to his right. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one, weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Jackson.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. It's Sidney Brown with it.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-six TD.
And Charles, you can just see the frustration on the sideline. Safe to say that's not how they expected this series to go. The ball only went one way, and it was backward into their own end zone, courtesy of the pick-six.
And Brandon, how often do your offenses tell us before a game that went into every series with a kick, right? A punt, a PAT, or a field goal? In case of a defense, they wanted to end with a punt or a takeaway. And we saw the takeaway right there, and it turned out to be a takeaway that turned into 6 points.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
A shotgun snap and a give to Dobbins.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
They'll come up 2nd and 7. They'll go again with Dobbins. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46.
12 yards the pickup there. Good for a Raven first.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Dobbins running out of the gun.
No dice this go around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
No, we changed it. Hey.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's a game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Had an open man that time and ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts.
And he slings one that's incomplete.
Tough series for the passing game. Things just aren't clicking. Hoping they can come through on this play and get this series back on track with a completion for enough yardage for a 1st down.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Now Hurts changing up the play.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it. And now they'll shift things around.
Go Silver, ready?
But 1st down, Hurts. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception. Kyle Hamilton picks it.
And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
So first thing that crosses my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
1st and 10 here. And, you know, if they could just get 3 out of this, something about whittling it to a 1-score game at half that might provide a psychological boost.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. Now Jackson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
This is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
A give up the middle to Dobbins.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a couple yards there, and that's going to set up a long 3rd and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness, think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Jackson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Tucker's kick is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. So they get the turnover in plus territory. The drive stalls out, but still able to get 3 out of that.
Yeah, we were able to see an offense and a defense kind of mix and match with each other, didn't we? Both of them trying to make sure that they had the upper hand and the advantage. Offense trying to get to the end zone. Defense, of course, trying to hold them to a field goal attempt. And it wasn't a guaranteed lock 3 from where they started. So, you know, the offense has to be happy to come away with those 3 points.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And with an 8-point lead, probably not too much of an impetus to try and do too much here. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this is caught on the sideline. And he gets out of bounds as well. How about that? He got 29 yards that time.
It's a nice zone breaker right there. Take the tight end, move him out to the slot, then have him run a corner route versus the zone coverage, which means he's going to be behind the shallow coverage and ahead of the deep coverage, put the ball right on him.
King, Phil King, Phil King. Hey, Silver. Don't touch.
Play action. Here's Hurts. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the 3rd quarter gets underway. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
Now Hurts going to move him around.
63. Hey, easy, 63. Hey, hey.
From the 24, Hurts. This is Smith with a grab. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Great.
From the gun, it's Hurts. And his throw is incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
Second down, here's Jalen Hurts.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Hey, 73.
Throwing is Hurts. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 32-yard line. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs. Things looking much rosier for him here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10.
Now a handoff up the middle. Stanton. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
On second down now, Stanton.
And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 44 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. They'll get 4 there out of the screen, and it's second down. Up the middle they go. Stanton. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Not liking the look. They'll change the play.
There they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A great play there.
His second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Elliott good with a PAT. And the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Jackson on first down.
And that'll be complete to Dobbins.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
And you start to think if it's going to happen for these guys, it's got to start with this drive. Down 3 scores, they need to start making some inroads. And that'll help the cause there as they pick up good yardage and a first down.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage.
Jackson with a handoff to Dobbins on the option. And some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to about the 38.
That's good for a Raven first down. 15 yards there. Jackson.
That's caught.
It's throws. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now.
Now it's Jackson. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up 2nd down. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all.
Facing a 2nd and 6 from the 8.
To throw is Jackson. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Terrell Edmonds comes flying in from safety for the sack.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Tucker's kick is good, and that'll get the deficit down to 15. So that one is his 3rd of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, but 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Okay, can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still 3rd quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
73. Go Silver, ready?
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Now Hurts looking to change the play. Well, looks like they'll move things around here.
On 2nd down, Stanton. And he's got some space here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
74 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Silver, set. Hey. Crowd left Yanni. Crowd left Yanni.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
A quick throw, but incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
Hey, Silver. Crowd left Yanni. Crowd left Yanni. 63. Hey, easy. 63, bang.
Here's Hurts to throw.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he's going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
On first down, Stanton.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up second down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw.
This short throw caught by Goddard.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Tiger Swamp.
They go play action with Hurts.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
The safety, Antoine Winfield, got in there that time.
Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure.
Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line.
Well, he's going to get this all the way down to the 2 before he's wrestled out.
A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
He'll try again. And not a whole lot there as they'll get him down at about the 2. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well, the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the second score there.
Now Hurts going to shift him around a bit.
That's right.
They'll run here on 3rd and goal. And this time he is in. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the night.
And the Eagles have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter.
Elliott good on the extra point. And the lead opens up now to 22 points. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25.
13, you at X.
They'll run up the gut with Dobbins.
And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo.
Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Here's Jackson.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Middle.
Throwing is Jackson.
That's going deep for Bateman. Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted.
Greedy Williams picks it off.
And the Eagles are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Hey, easy, 63, bang.
They'll keep it on the ground. Stanton, give him 40 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
We know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll bring up 4th down. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Jones on the return. They'll net only 35 here following a 43-yard boot, 8-yard return. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but
left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as it comes with exactly a minute to go in the football game.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. Jackson now. Targeting Dobbins again, and he's got it again. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially. So 3 plays, already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. Again, Jackson. That is caught. It's Bateman for a Raven touchdown. Rashad Bateman, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Ravens are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Jackson. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a second and about a foot. Now a handoff up the middle. Stanton. And that should do it. He's got a first down. And the Eagles, they can run it out from here. Well, Charles, a very simple mission anytime that you play on your home turf, and that is to defend your home turf. And today, that mission was accomplished.
Look, every offseason, every preseason, the head coach goes in front of the